brake pads have, well, one of the sides, the driver's side, has a sliver of pad left, and we were like 200 miles from the closest parts store, but then we happened to find I found a city that was close to Bryce Canyon that could get the pads in tomorrow. So now we're
105 miles away.
Yeah, so now it's like in half, 105 miles. So we're doing a lot of engine braking, milking her there. I mean, it's not to the metal, but there's not much ceramic left. I'll set up Starlink. Rachel will work from the Napa parking lot, and I'll do the brake pads and then grease the slide pins on the other ones.
At the stop sign, turn left.
Are they gonna hit us head on?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's really weird. I don't know. I feel like it's just this part of our travels. Everyone that's like in the other lane, like when they're coming around a turn or they're gonna hit us head on, they're just grinning from ear to ear, like they're just stoked. So the challenge is here just to engine brake the whole time, not touch the brakes for 73 miles. And if no one gets ahead of me, of course I had the GoPro on my side, so we missed it. But there were spots where it was, I mean, just not like this, straight down, no guardrails, 14% grade, crazy. We found a nice little dispersed spot, just washed the van. We were gonna go into the park and catch a sunset, but this was like one of the last spots that we could find in Dispersed. We gotta run into town tomorrow. We're about another 40 minutes from here and get the brake pads. Want to get a workout? Should we go see what the sunset looks like? I already did this once and the altitude was kicking my butt. Oh, it's pretty. Whew. Was it worth it?
A little cold.
Just a little brisk.
Yeah, from my thigh to my ankle.
I know, I wore short socks.
I wore wool socks and I'm still cold.
Could have thought that one through a little bit better, but we were kind of moving on the fly. We slept good last night though, didn't we?
Just not long enough.
See the pad depth, We made her though. Funny. Not funny, a good thing I checked it actually. Last year, we had a caliper freeze up in right Right outside of Grand Junction, Colorado, we came out of Black Canyon to the Gunnison, and I couldn't find this. I thought I packed it, but I must not have packed it. So I had to go into the parts store. They had the caliper in stock too, which was insane. Usually, like this store had the brake pads. They had to get them shipped in from another distribution center. But I had to go in there and borrow some tools. They were cool though. He's like, dude, as long as I pick up my trash. So that's what happened last time. They were greased before we hit the road, but we did like 18,000 miles, and one of these froze up into the carrier, burnt through the pads, and I tried to free it for probably 2 hours, but without a torch and an air hammer. Good luck. So we got a caliper pin that is froze up. You gotta love running in this, and usually at home, you know, if I had a torch and an air hammer, I could get the sucker free, but I do not, and I'm in an advanced auto parking lot, and the day is turning to night, and it's hot. So they actually had a caliper in stock. Sucks to have to buy that, but it was actually pretty reasonably priced. We're just gonna replace this caliper and get the hell on the road, because otherwise we're sleeping here tonight. This sucks though. 1,500 more miles and we would have been home. Finally just threw in the towel and bought the caliper. And actually it wasn't too bad. I think it was like right around $100, which for a dual piston caliper in a Mercedes, I think it was Brembo, about $100. That's insane. Said, you know, oh, you should be fine without crampons, but the later in the day it gets, the sun melts and turns into slush and all that jazz. So we'll see. I promised Rachel I'd be careful. The snow just makes this so unique. So I'm guessing this is just a lookout. A beautiful one at that. Just a lookout, I say. I can see how this would get really muddy and slushy as the day would go on and more people would walk on it. You can tell where like someone probably rolled or took a little slip. Dicey, not gonna lie, without crampons. More reason for me to invest in some. Rachel and I have been saying for the longest time, we gotta get crampons, gotta get crampons. Here we are. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm going all the way through. This thing is just holding your footing so that you don't go sliding down the hill. Then you see like where someone went off the track and sunk down like 1.5 feet. This park is just totally different though in the winter. Rachel and I have been here in the summer when it was hot, and I mean that was super cool, but this is a totally different vibe. Just love being outside. Just the smell of these pines and the fresh air, it's hard to beat. There certainly is a lot to see out there. It's funny, the more we travel, the more we're just like, yep, we haven't seen any of it. There's so much more to see. I feel like a mountain goat.
I thought so, on your butt, right? Yeah. Just boom. Yeah, but then you'd be,
Some serious climbing.
That looks dicey. That's gonna be the word of the day. Dicey.
Rachel's been saying that I have words of the day. This is sketchy because these rocks totally fall off here. Those guys were under that overlook and that arch, and they said there was rocks falling. It's just so unique. Everywhere you turn, there's something different. Some rock formation or hoodoo. All the hoodoos at the bottom. Not much of a path here, and you lose your footing. And then you go down there. Told Rachel I was gonna bring my old hiking shoes. I have some chameleons in the van, and I was gonna drill drywall screws into them to use as like spikes. Just feel like you're in a different world. It's crazy. Couldn't even imagine if there was just a fresh snowfall, like snowshoeing or walking through here when there was like a light dusting and it was on all the hoodoos. Oh man, but still, this is just, it's beautiful. I feel like I went into a different world. Rachel and I have been in warm weather, actually really nice weather, like ideal weather. We kind of been chasing the weather for the last month. And now we're getting to colder weather. Like Bryce, I think last night it got down to like 26 degrees. We didn't even turn the heat on until probably 5 a.m. and it was still 60 degrees in the van. So that's good. The insulation's paying off. But we turned the heat on this morning so it was comfortable for Rachel to work. I met this guy from, well, he said he was flying back home from LA to Paris in another month. He said he's been on the road for I think a month just traveling. I took a picture of him and I said, hey, do you want a picture of you? Like I can take one with your phone because there's a really cool picture. And he's like, no, I'm good, man. And he's like, I'm French. And he asked where I was from. I said Wisconsin. He said, oh, are you a Milwaukee Bucks fan?
I said, no, I really don't watch much sports. How about you? And he said, I am. Yeah, he's like, I really wanted to go to an NBA game when I came here to the States. He did, not the Milwaukee Bucks, so he said he's going to save that for another trip. But chatted with him for probably like 10 minutes. And just so cool, so interesting to hear how different stuff works around the world, and how he was coming here because America has so much to offer in the sense of scenery, and he's like, there's not enough time for me to see it all. But it's just cool, you don't really get that back at home. It's awesome running into people and kind of chit-chatting with them on the trail. We found a spot right outside of Bryce Canyon. So playing ball with Zeke. I'm gonna clean some of the stuff on the van. She's got Starlink. The spot we were in right outside of the park last night, we did not get Starlink there. Too much wood coverage. He might not find that one. Oh yeah, he's got it. So yeah, that's that. We'll figure out where we're gonna go. That's a little dicey, that little spot coming out. I'll have to gun her, give her the beans. This?
The inside toy that's now outside.
Listen. No
bark.
Full puppy comes out.
No bark.
Oh, he's just a big puppy in a small world.
He had the tire by the wide end. Oh, we're gonna tip.
Yeah, now he's gonna do a show.
Oh! I've never heard that.
Sees two huskies and he just starts speaking their language. Are those your brothers and sisters?
It's a good boy. It's okay. I know. You just want to say hi.